Hi guys, and welcome back to Movies That Matter with the Viking, and David Ayer dropping some more bombs today, and specifically a big one on Geoff Johns. But first, he quoted this tweet. It was referring to his portrayal, his incarnation of the Joker, and how comic accurate it really is. It gets a lot of shit for not being a comic accurate Joker, and this tweet was from TJ, and he says, pulled from the Instagram. For anyone who thought Jared Leto's Joker wasn't accurate, look at this. Look at the parallels between the on-screen look and the comic book look. And it is, you can see, absolutely brilliant how closely related the two are. And this is what David Ayer had to say. Amazing. Tracks exactly with how I built the looks. Then he's quoting what haters and trolls would say about him. He goes, not comic book accurate, I can't. So he's having a go at the people who said the comic book accurate Joker doesn't exist in his incarnation, but we haven't seen his full vision of the character in the Ayer cut, and then we would definitely be changing our opinion otherwise. Have a look at it here. It's pretty cool, the parallels, and that's not just from one Joker comic, that's from a number of different Joker comics. The Killing Joke there, you've got the you see how accurate it is with the scars, and then the look from Jared Leto. It absolutely is ripped from the comic books, and I think it's probably the most comic related look at the character. Jack Nicholson did his thing, Heath Ledger did his thing, Joaquin Phoenix did his thing, but I think this one will be the most comic accurate. Not only the look, but the performance of the Joker. So I can't wait to finally see that. So this is what I really want to talk about, okay? So DC Connections wrote a tweet underneath David Ayer's, one of his tweets or something like that. He goes, I think that text was added in later by editors who didn't get the full story. The backstory behind his teeth makes Harley being an accomplice impossible. And this is exactly it. This is exactly my point as well. And David got this tweet and he says, yes, that broke my timeline. Johns added it, referring to Geoff Johns. And we know Geoff Johns messed with Zack Snyder's Justice League, was writing notes to Zack Snyder to change this and change that, until Zack said, you know what, fuck you, I'm out of here. And of course, Zack dealing with personal tragedy as well. And then Geoff Johns is a big reason why Josh Whedon was brought in, and they reshot and rechanged 90% of the film when Zack Snyder left. So Geoff Johns doesn't have a good name. And then there was also reports and rumors that he's one of the reasons Ben Affleck left the role of the Batman and directing the Batman, because Geoff Johns was getting involved too much in that also. So Geoff Johns doesn't have a good name in the DC community. And look, David Ayer calling him out here, and I wonder what Zack Snyder has to say to him also, or say about him. There's so much that we haven't heard about Geoff Johns that we will probably hear about in the future. But it doesn't look good for his career at Warner Brothers with these directors and these rumors and reports about him being such a bad person behind the scenes. And this is somebody who's a very good comic book writer, and he's getting involved in shit that doesn't concern him whatsoever. It seems like his head got too big, and he was given too much of a big role too soon at Warner Brothers, and he took it to the extreme. You know, David talking about the timeline, he messed up the timeline. John added that in because, look, I want to talk about this as well. I'll talk about it in a minute. Harley Quinn didn't exist when the Joker killed Robin. She didn't. She wasn't a character yet in Zack Snyder's world, David Ayer's world. She didn't exist. But first, let's look at this from 2017 when David Ayer was asked about the Joker. He goes, this is sort of my personal thing and maybe less about a larger connection. But Joker killed Robin and Batman basically smashes his teeth out and locks him up in Arkham Asylum. It's in the asylum where Joker would have done the damage tattoo as a message to Batman saying, you've damaged me, I was so beautiful before, and now you've destroyed my face. That's where the grill comes from. Yeah, so there was a lot of hate about the damage tattoo that Jared Leto had on the top of his head, and there was also a lot of controversy about the grill in his mouth. But basically what happened was Batman beat the shit, he beat the teeth out of Joker, and Joker got the grill then and got the damage tattoo because of what happened. So David Ayer wants to see his cut of the Suicide Squad release, but it messes up the timeline largely. So let's go back to Batman vs Superman when Bruce Wayne is getting ready to go to Lex Luthor's party. He looks up and he sees Robin's costume. We've seen this in the trailers also. He goes, ha ha ha, joke's on you, Batman. So everyone presumed that was from the Joker. The Joker had killed Robin. And this was an Easter egg or a reference in Zack Snyder's Batman vs. Superman to tie in beautifully with David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Then we go and we see Suicide Squad in August 2016, and we're looking at the backstories of the characters. Now we know that the editing was not done by David Ayer. His film was changed, it was taken from under him, and things were put into it that he didn't agree with at all. And this is one of them, the Harley Quinn compliments to the murder of Robin, which is not true and doesn't make sense whatsoever. And that's what David Ayer cleared up. He goes, yes, that broke my timeline. Johns added it. It didn't make sense to the world that Zack Snyder was making. Didn't make sense to the world David Ayer was making. And Johns comes in and adds this unnecessary thing to Suicide Squad when it absolutely 100% doesn't make sense in the timeline that we know. And this is why. So back in the day, Joker had killed Robin. He had killed him whatever way. If he beat him with a crowbar, if he let him dead in a burning building, but he killed him, and this drove Batman insane. It drove Bruce Wayne insane, and Batman would have found Robin dead, killed by the Joker. Absolutely. And this would have had a big toll on the Batman that we've seen in Batman vs. Superman and his thinking of the world and how ruthless and aggressive he is. So after Joker killed Robin, he wrote, ha ha ha, jokes on you, Batman, to torment Batman, to really, really get inside the head of the Batman and piss him off. And this would have absolutely drove him mad. And he uses that, he keeps that in his Batcave to remind him of why he does it, why he does what he does now, why he's so aggressive and ruthless. So Batman, he would have got Jared Leto's Joker, he would have beat the shit out of him, he would have kicked him in and out of the ground. He didn't kill him, he beat him up, as David Ayer said. He beat him so bad that he knocked his teeth out, and eventually brought him to Arkham Asylum to spend the rest of his days. Now, of course, he escaped somehow, and that's probably this chase scene that we've seen in Suicide Squad. Batman is chasing Harley and Joker down the street, and he's trying to capture Joker. Joker gets away, he captures Harley, and Harley goes to prison. And then while Joker was in prison initially, he would have got the grill in his mouth, in his teeth, because the Batman beat him so bad he knocked his teeth out of place. So to a big fuck you to Batman, he would have replaced his teeth with grills, as in, look, you can do what you want to me, but I'll still keep on smiling. And maybe that's when he got the smiling tattoo on his hand as well. He had no teeth, so maybe that was a way of him to keep his smile, his sadistic smile, with his hand over his mouth. Also, while he was in prison, he would have got his damaged tattoo on his forehead to say to Batman, look, another fuck you, Batman, I'm still as crazy as ever, I'm damaged, you may have beaten me up and did this to me. I wonder if it had an impact on the Joker getting beaten so bad by Batman. It would took him a while to recover, and then getting his teeth replaced back in with the grills, and then getting the tattoo. And maybe that's where he got all the other tattoos as well, the ha 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 and all that stuff in the cards. That could have been a reason why he was so full of tattoos. He could have been in prison for a very long time. And then, as we know, he would have got to meet the psychiatrist Harleen Quinzel, and we know how the story goes there. Joker would have tried to initially manipulate Harley Quinn by making her fall in love with him and doing what he wanted. Of course, in the Suicide Squad, he was looking for a machine gun off Harley Quinn, and there was so much cut of the story between the Joker and Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad. We know this. David Ayer said Harley Quinn was complex, and the Joker was sadistic and very deep, and there was so much character development cut between the two of them, the relationship, how they fell in love and how that relationship progressed. But look, Harley Quinn couldn't have been there when Robin was killed, because Harley Quinn wasn't a thing. She was still a psychiatrist working at Arkham Asylum. It's not until the Joker met her after he was locked up, after the Batman beat the shit out of him and got him put in prison. Now we know this because he has the grills in the Suicide Squad when they meet. He didn't have the grills when he killed Robin. He had his teeth. So when he got to prison, that's when he got the grills, and that's when he met Harleen Quinzel. So Geoff Johns absolutely contradicted David Ayer's storytelling, not just by the film being re-edited, scenes being reshot, music added, the course of the story changed up. He changed a key element about the origin story of Harleen Quinzel. She wouldn't have been around when the Batman and the Joker were going at it, when the Joker killed Robin. She wouldn't have been there because she wasn't Harley Quinn. The Joker and her had never met. They met when Joker was put to prison when Batman beat him up. He went to prison a beaten up Joker. A Joker with no teeth and probably no tattoos. Then he went to Arkham Asylum. He got the grill. He got the tattoos. Then he met Harleen Quinzel, because in the flashbacks we see Joker and Quinn engaging, and Joker has the grills and the tattoo. So that's when they met. He tried to manipulate her. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. She fell in love with him, but also driving her crazy. He helped her. She helped him escape from Arkham Asylum, and then we see her falling in the vat of chemicals in Suicide Squad. So there you go. Geoff Johns messed up with David Ayer's Suicide Squad, just like he messed up with Zack Snyder's Justice League. And look, I don't want to be throwing Geoff Johns underneath the bus, but look, when things like this come to light, we have to talk about it. We really, really do. And if he changed this, how much else did Geoff Johns change about Suicide Squad? Like, how much more information are we going to hear about these films, about what he did on production? It's so annoying as a fan of David Ayer, of Zack Snyder, these things happening. I want to see hashtag release the Ayer cut come to light. I want to see that film. I want to see the true film we were supposed to get, because I think it's going to be truly great. People were confused on Twitter, like, this doesn't change anything. It does. If you really look at it, it does change it, because Harley Quinn wasn't Harley Quinn when the Joker was killing Robin. That's what we have to get through our head, and David Ayer confirmed that today. The timeline was messed up. It really was. So I think it would probably, the timeline will be a lot better in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. I will be able to see it more in line in what we've seen in Batman vs Superman. That's interesting. I don't know if they shot a Batman and Joker scene where Ben Affleck beats the shit out of Joker. Maybe it just would have been referenced, or maybe just a shot of a Batman, maybe a stunt guy in the costume just beating Jared Leto's Joker. That could have been a possibility. That would have been cool to see, just that. But we still want to see that Ben Affleck, Jared Leto dynamic as the caped crusader and the king of Gotham, or the clown prince of crime, you know. So that would be cool. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. This changes now the timeline. It rechanges the timeline back to the original format. What do you think about Geoff Johns changing that up and adding in a stupid scene that contradicts Zack Snyder and David Ayer's continuation of the story that they had in mind? What did you notice it during the filming? Do you mind it? Do you not really care? Let me know what you think in the comments. I thought it was very interesting, and it definitely clears up that mess that was indicated in Suicide Squad. But let me know definitely what you think. Don't forget to give a like, comment and subscribe. Let's try and get 10 likes in this video, guys. Also, come and follow me on Twitter at MovieBuff100. Follow me on Instagram, Movies That Matter the Viking. And you also find me on Facebook at Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm discussing this a lot today, the dynamic that Harley Quinn and the Joker and David Ayer's comments. So come and definitely talk to me about that. Also, go check out my video on how I would pitch a Cyborg series on HBO Max. I did that earlier on today. Have a look at that and let me know what you think. And as always, guys, come and engage, talk about movies. That's what we love doing. And always stay positive.